Assalamu Alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, ahlan wa sahlan wa marhaba. And if you're an OG since I launched the channel, welcome back and jazakumullah khair for always watching my videos. My name is Barka and I make videos around faith, lifestyle, and food and everything that interests me, such as psychology. So if this is something that interests you, don't forget to subscribe. Use the subscribe button. Use it now. A lot of people are stingy with subscription. Why? Subscribe now. You will not faint. Anyways, I was scrolling through Instagram and I saw a post around light upon lights, and in my mind I'm like, what? It's almost a year since we attended the last one, which was also in November, by the way, in December, by the way, sorry. And in my mind I was like, what? I actually made some videos thinking, oh, I will come on here and share my experience with you guys, but look at us all. Just look at me. Look at me, this child. I did not come here to share my experience with you guys, but that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has willed, yeah. And I'm super grateful that He has willed that it is actually this time that I'm going to be sharing my experience with you guys, because I mean the event is in December, so better for me to share it now so that you guys can plan better, right? Alhamdulillah. So yes, we attended the myself and my friend who also had a toddler, by the way. Attended the event last year, December, in Leeds, and honestly, it was really beautiful. Allah Mubarak to everyone who took part in organizing the event, because, bruh, you organize an event that's not even as big as this is stressful. Talk more of something that is as big as this with thousands of people in the room, you know. I know I don't even know how much planning it takes, but I know that it takes a lot of planning, a lot of strategizing, you know, a lot of meetings here and there. And Alhamdulillah for them, you know, it's super inspiring and, you know, humbling. I'll ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them the reward for every single effort that they put, you know, that they put into it, and also the reward for their intentions as well. I mean, so yeah. Overall, by the way, if you're expecting something else, I don't know what to say to you right now. But overall, the event was mashallah tabarakallah. Like it was great. It was great. But I'm going to share my experience with you guys from a motherly perspective. From a mom with a toddler who went for the event. I feel like if I'd gone by myself, I would have enjoyed it better, you know. But because I went with my toddler, it was a little bit stressful for me. And just as in any outing that you go with a toddler, right? To be quite, we find that it's always often stressful. And it's more the reason why I'm sharing my experience with you guys, so that, you know, I remember when I saw the event, I was really looking forward to it. It was like an event that I really wanted to attend, so I could go and fill my cup again. Because as moms, you're sort of selective with the events that you go for, right? So I was really looking forward to it, and I know that there are moms out there who are also looking forward to this one as well. Hence the reason why I'm sharing, right? If I had gone by myself, I feel like I would have my cup would have been fuller. But because I had to divide my attention between the lectures, the people that were around me, and my toddler, it was a lot. But yes, let's start from the beginning. The event was supposed to be 7 minutes away from my house. Tell me why we got there at 40 something minutes. Because, bruh, it was a lot to take in. The hold up was so unexpected. Like, if they said, oh, a day before that day, I should try to guess what would have hindered me, or what would have, you know, made me feel a type of way, I wouldn't think it was a hold up. I mean, of course, you expect that, okay, there's going to be an event in Leeds, but that hold up lasted for, oh my God, 7 minutes, and I'm in the car for almost 1 hour. This is me. This is even because I was closer to the event, and it's December, it's winter time. You cannot even be working up and down with a toddler. Maybe if I was by myself, I would have walked, but I had a toddler, so we had to sit down there and we kept some. I felt like in that moment, a snail would have moved faster than we were moving, because, bruh, the hold up was real. So this is me telling you that if you are planning to go for the event, if you live closer to the venue, you might as well walk, even if it's a 30 minutes walk. Walk is better for your life. I'm telling you, we were not ready for the hold up at all. And I don't think anyone can ever be ready for such kind of hold up. I also had my friend who was also coming. She's based in Leeds as well, but they were coming from a distance, and we just couldn't get into the hall together because, into the arena together because of the same hold up, yeah. But other than that, the moment you get to the venue, there was warmth. There was, oh, hello, hi, we're waiting, we've been waiting for you. People, the security people too were happy to secure you and check you. And do their jobs. And then you meet these lovely sisters by the entrance who were wearing such beautiful smiles. I feel like I can remember their smiles till today. Subhanallah. They were so happy to receive people. The noor on their faces. Like that sort of, you feel like, oh, that's what they're supposed to be doing anyways. They're not volunteering for the event. No. I feel like that was very intentional. And I don't know, it just puts you in a mood, to what you're going to be experiencing inside the arena when you finally get into the arena. So that's why I said shout out to everyone who, subhanallah, took part in organizing it. Honestly, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you guys' effort and your intentions, because it's a lot. Wallahi, it's a lot of work. And just seeing the result of the work that they put in, it's just beautiful. For tabarakallah. Anyways, we met these lovely sisters who were happy to receive us and give us the light up and light sticker, and also just make beautiful jokes with my daughter. And then there was this other side that again I felt like was very intentional, which is very, very beautiful. It's not something that's very common when you go out for events, but there was a particular side where women could, mothers who had mothers could pack could put their prams, right? So there was a space for them to put their prams, and there was also a space for mothers, for sisters generally, to pray. But I also felt like that space could serve as like a nursing space for mothers as well. So if you wanted to nurse your baby, you could just sit down by the corner and nurse your baby, which again I thought was really, really beautiful. So you get into the arena. So this was where the shock was. I was like, oh my God. They said arena. Why didn't I just figure? Why didn't I just know? Why didn't I just make research here and there to know what I would be experiencing? And yeah. So as soon as I got into that space, I just said to myself, wow, I'm gonna struggle with my daughter here, because the hall was already packed and we were coming like what, I don't know, just minutes to the event starting, right? And we're sitting really, you know how like arenas are where like the chairs are literally decked upon each other, and I had a toddler. If you know toddlers, you know that they like to run around. This is not a space for them to run around at all. So if you have a child, you literally have to hold on to that child, because they like to move in a very funny way. And if you don't hold your child to yourself, you could literally just tumble and tumble. They could tumble over. And of course, you don't want that for yourself. So yes, that was where I struggled with my toddler. And that was where I felt like, okay, because I was constantly trying to look after my child. I couldn't really immerse myself as much in the lectures. But hello, the lectures were beautiful. Brother Ali Hamuda, Imam Tarin, Mufti himself, Umar Salman, but Brother Bilal, Umar Salman came afterwards, just when I was about to leave the hall, because I was scared for my life. I cannot withstand that hold up again. So we had to leave, and plus he was traveling, I think, that same day as well. So he said I arrived on time. Yeah, on time is the word. But the lecture about courage by Imam Tarin, the lecture where Brother Bilal shared his personal experience with loss. Brother Ali just reminding us to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and reflect on our lifestyle. Mufti just being all rounder motivating, subhanallah. For me, what was beautiful about that space is that no matter your level of iman, you I mean, you're there for a reason, anyways, right? You're there because Allah has wills that you'll be there. So it was more like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you something to take home. Like you will have a gift to take home. No matter your level of iman, there was something for you to actually take home, which was for me very beautiful. And considering that the way that we live in the abroad where every day is just work, like you have a very boring routine, it was really an event to look forward to. Um, Another thing I loved about the event was how personal they all went. I always say Islam is very perfect. There's not You can't change anything, you can't tweak anything. The only thing that you could sit down and reflect upon is how you could deliver your messages, because the verses of the Quran are not going to change. So it's how do you now intend to give da'wah, in a way that people would relate to or people connect. And I feel like in that event, I don't know if it was a very intentional thing, they all went personal at some point. And that made whatever it is that they were saying very relatable, because it's like, wow. So at the end of the day, shuyuks are actually human beings, right? I remember when Brother Bilal shared his story, you could feel the cold, you know. You could feel the cold in the room. Like it was literally freezing. For a minute, everywhere just went silent, because subhanallah, just hearing him share his story and how he had to go off for 2 years because of his experience with loss was something that people could really, really relate to. So I really commend all of them for going, for taking a little bit private with us, and for sharing such beautiful reminder with us. So now back to my struggle as a mother. I think when they shared the invite for the after registering, they sent an email, and I think in the email there was something about not bringing food because there were like food around. But because I know the toddler that I have, I went ahead to pack food as well, and junks and the things that I know that would make her just sit still, and that was how I was able to like enjoy the event to a certain degree. So I went ahead and packed. I didn't follow that rule, unfortunately. I know that there are rules for a reason, but I couldn't because with mothers we go through a lot. So this is just me telling you that if you need to pack something that would make you enjoy the event more, please by all means do it. What else? So the main issue that I had with attending the event with my daughter were the people that we were around, like that were surrounded by or with, whatever the English is. And you will think, okay, subhanallah, as Muslims, we're supposed to be kind, we're supposed to be tolerant. And on a daily basis, you go out, you meet people who are not so kind, and you're just like, okay, human beings. But I did not expect that people would be so unkind in such a space, right? And what was even more frustrating was these are not young sisters, these are like adults, these are aunties, big aunties that you think, oh, they will see you with your child, or with your baby, and they will want to carry the baby, or they want to say something really kind to you. But these aunties were so, I don't know what the word is, nasty. They had such an ugly attitude that subhanallah, I don't wish for any mom to experience. She just kept on giving my daughter and my friend's daughter like very ugly looks, because they were either hitting the chair or hitting the table, and or just playing or making noise, just playing with themselves, right? And honestly speaking, I understand that, oh, you're there for a reason. You just want to, like I said, fill your cup or be reminded. And you don't want any disturbance, it's just for you, whatever, whatever, right? I completely understand that. If that's happening, you might just want to change us. We had sisters who just came and said to themselves, no, we can't sit here. We'll change our seats. Fine. And they stood up and they left. Nobody gave anybody any nasty look or any ugly look. But just having people deciding that, oh, this is where we want to sit down. By the way, like, it was an arena, so it was quite big. You could sit down anywhere you want to sit down. But you would constantly look at our kids and you give them ugly looks. You would make snide comments that were just unwarranted. Like, why are we, in my head, I was like, why are we even doing this to ourselves? SubhanAllah. So for me, and again, this is something that events organizers do not have control of. Control, they have zero control. This is just about human beings, just being unnecessarily nasty. Right. So that was the main issue that I had. I had this woman who came with like who was right in front of us and had like a number of people with her, and she would say like all sorts of things about our daughters, and she would just turn around and look at them in a certain way, and eventually she left. And to be honest, these kids were not even doing anything new. They were just being kids, playing with something, playing with each other, or just kicking the chair. And you decided, oh, you want to be the ugly auntie of the evening. Oh, it was sad to see such reaction from Muslim aunties. Honestly, if it was maybe a younger sister who did that, maybe I'll excuse her. I'll say, oh, she doesn't know what it's all about. Yada, yada. But aunties that that oh they've been surrounded by kids all their lives behaving in such a way was really shocking for me. So yeah. And then again, because you had no help, you would want to pull out something from your bag, for your toddler is doing something else, you're telling them to stop, at the same time you're listening to the lecture. It's a lot. The event organizers have already done what they can do for you. I mean, it's not every event that you go to that you're able to pack your pram. It's also not every event that you go to that we have a corner to yourself and your baby, But it was interesting seeing that we're not the only ones. We had other people who also had kids as well, and a sister who was sitting behind us. I don't know her name now. I can't remember. If we asked, she was so happy, and this was even a younger sister to the auntie that was seated in front of us, or the two aunties that came and they were being funny. She was way younger. You could almost tell that she doesn't even look like someone who's married, but she was so dedicated to ensuring that these kids had an amazing evening. She would play with them, she would make faces with them. I don't know who you are, I don't know where you are right now. If you ever watch this video, honestly, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and bless your generation to come. Because subhanallah, it was really beautiful. So in my front we had a sister who reminded me that people can be Muslim. I don't even want to get into this topic fully, but yes, people can be Muslim and at the same time just not have the best of attitude. And then you have the one behind me who's reminding me that, there's still kind sisters out there, there are kind Muslims out there, So yeah, and that's life, to be honest. You meet kind people and you meet unkind people, and in our own situation, we met them all in one space. So maybe go with a friend, who doesn't have a toddler, or who's happy to help, right? Yeah. So the stress will be less on you, and then like both of you can sort of share the response. So I don't know how you're going to be able to navigate that. I think the things that we packed also helped as well to a large extent, and like I said, made me enjoy the event to a certain extent. If I didn't pack all of those things, I would stress the entire time. What else? And that was it, to be honest. A Muslim man came, and shortly after I left the space because we just had to get home, right? So all in all, plan your movements, pack well. Don't just also pack for your daughter, pack for yourself as well. I didn't pack for myself, and I remember just getting home super hungry. But I did leave with, my cup being topped to a large extent. It was an event that I was really grateful for. But because I have a toddler, she's still a toddler, and she's now at that stage where she wants to run around the house. And she was even a lot younger last year. but she's at that stage where she really wants to run around the house and jump everywhere and do all sorts of things. I would not be attending physically this year, inshallah. Maybe in coming years where I have more help, I would be happy to do that. But other than that, it's an event that I encourage everyone to attend. So please go ahead, and like I always say, I'm very pro this event. Go ahead, attend them. Yeah, be there, and don't be one of those people who they'll beg to put their cameras down. Don't be one of those people whom that will stop Mufti from going to the backstage. Oh my God, there was a lot of that, and I was like, why are we even here for this lecture, or we're here for the shuyuks? I mean, there's nothing wrong with being there for the shuyuks. So it's humbling being in the same room with them, but at the same time, like, check your intentions. Honestly, check your intentions before you go for this event, okay? So that you don't be one of those people that where whom they're begging. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing just seeing, just hearing Mufti constantly telling people to take their seats, and them refusing to. So don't be one of those sisters, yeah. And I didn't talk about Wahid. There was also Wahid who came and told us a lot about riba, and mortgaging and all of that stuff. So yeah, again, all round amazing event. Make your intentions, go there, fill your cup, and do better as Muslims. And that's all that I have to share. If I remember anything else, I will share, inshallah. For now, jazakumullah khair for watching my video, and I hope and pray that this channel will continue to be beneficial to us all, inshallah. Take care, and Assalamu Alaikum. I'll see you guys in my next video. Assalamu Alaikum.